question. How often do they meet? Is the SEC meet?
We meet.
They have like weekly meetings or
No.
I'm
We
just
meet,
curious.
we meet 3 times a year. Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
guess I should use that, shouldn't I? We meet 3 times a year. We meet, so this new class, so I was part of the class of 2018 through 2022 and 2022 through 2026. So the new class that will be elected on August the 6th will take office on September the 15th of 26. Our first meeting will be in December, so we'll elect we will choose or elect a chairman, then we'll elect our other positions, which will be the vice chair, the secretary, the treasurer, and we have a parliamentarian now that's stepping into that role that's appointed. But we'll have our organizational meeting the first weekend of December. Then we'll have another meeting in March or April of every year, and then we have one in August. So our next meeting is actually on August the 8th, Saturday, August the 8th, 2 days after this election. And so then it goes around every year. So we meet 3 times a year. They're always in Middle Tennessee, and some people came to me and asked me about presenting to the bylaws committee about moving them around from, having one in East, one in Middle, and one in West. And so I talked to some of the bylaws committee members, and some of the thought is that if we did it in East Tennessee, that the West Tennessee people probably wouldn't come. And if we did it in West Tennessee, the East Tennessee people probably aren't going to come. And so there's, because when you look at the state Senate districts, there's more people in and around Middle Tennessee. So it's about, for those that are up in, like my buddy Matthew Johnson up in Sullivan County, it's a further drive for him, but for me it's 2.5 hours normally to where we meet, and so for him it's going to be about 3.5 hours. For folks in Memphis it's going to be about 3.5 hours. So it kind of makes sense. So I don't think we're going to pursue that, but it makes sense because all of our meetings, we've had discussions about are we private or are we public? We are required to have one public meeting per year. This next one will be at the Tennessee State Library and Museum, Archives Museum, so it's somewhat open to the public. But if you look at all the court cases, the courts have ruled that we are a private organization. So we can determine who is in our party and who is not in our party. So we are a private organization. So we can have private meetings. I don't encourage us to ever, and you'll never find me voting or supporting us not having an open meeting. I think look, I started in 1982 when we were the super minority party, and I helped build this thing to a super majority party, and so we don't need to be closing meetings.
And your subcommittee meetings?
Our subcommittee the subcommittee meetings, ours, bylaws committee are always done on Zoom because we have people from every district that's on we have multiple committees. We have communications, we have finance, which are the people that help us make the money we got. By the way, our Statesman's Dinner, which happened on June 27th, was the most successful fundraiser that the state party's ever had. We raised $875,000. Senator Haggerty announced from the podium a couple people's names, and so he was trying to get them to write another check so we could get to $1 million. But we have the most money that we've ever had, and so at our last meeting back in March, we had more than $1 million in the bank. So we do have the money to help. The other great thing about the state party is that we have a contract with a mail service, so we can actually do any candidate's mail. They won't let us do SEC members or SEC candidates, but Betsy Henderson could utilize the state party's direct mail, and it costs 15 to 17 cents less to use the state party's mail than if she uses somebody else. And so we have a lot of counties that are doing that now, and so that's another way that we're giving back.
I kind of want to expand on